new routes? No. Let's make the safe jumps, just to be lazy rather than jumping here where it's unsafe. And we only have one place left to go that we know of. Sanctum of Taaphetus. Can we find any other routes while we're here? No. From what we can see, this is the end. Let's head in. Tomb World Epitaph. So that's where we're supposed to meet Calcazar. We can actually go to the star to examine it. There are dead stars surrounding this tomb world, which is crazy, as well as a battle. We'll check everything else out first before we go over here. Starting with you. We've seen these as symbols of tombs to explore on a couple of the other worlds. I'm guessing this will be the same. Yeah, tomb. It seems that all color has died from this world. Gray masses of rock give way only to brownish sand and black voids of gorges. The team barely notices a strange detail amid the drab landscape, an extensive area where the land is too smooth. As they approach, this area turns out to be a lake of moving metal, in the center of which burns green arcs discharges. On its shores lie the ruins of pyramidal constructs. Through magnoculars, it is determined that the remains of the pyramids are slowly melting, creating flows that dump new metal into the lake. The smoothness of the lake is lightly rippled by currents trying to extinguish the flames in the center. Send an exploratory shuttle to the surface, try to extinguish the flame. Interesting. Attack the pyramids with the voidship weaponry? Nope, we're just gonna nope out of this and shoot it from orbit. Or, there's something wistful about the sight, an unhealing wound on the body of some mysterious technology. We will first send an exploratory shuttle to the surface. Specially equipped servitors are the first to disembark on the shores of the metallic lake. To the explorer's surprise, they return unharmed with samples of the anomalous substance. The squad set out to study the lake and the xenos constructions. Acolytes of the Adeptus Mechanicus determined that the metal contains the same substance from which the pyramids are made. The behavior of the metal particles indicates that the constructs made from the metal are capable of regeneration, just like living matter, albeit incomparably faster. However, the pyramids filling the lake by transmitting the metal through built-in portals cannot surmount the destructive force of the arc discharges in the lake's center. Logic test that Pascal is not guaranteed at. Find out what happened to the pyramids. He succeeded anyway. One of the pyramids lining the lake's shore is more damaged than the rest. Judging by its melted edges and the direction of the breaks, this damage is the thing that started the fires at the lake's center. Awareness. There we go. She's got 172 on this awareness. Wonder why it was so low on that other one that I kept forgetting to check. Analyze the movement of the metal. Endless flows of metal pour from the portals of every monolith. However, one of the flows is noticeably weaker than the rest. Looking closer, officers notice a small object blocking part of the portal. With the help of servitors, they are successful in removing it and bringing it to the Von Valencia shuttle. A hollow field emitter. The wielder gains 3 charges of hollow field at the start of combat. Whenever the wielder suffers damage, 1 charge of the hollow field is removed to prevent this damage. If there are no charges left, damage is not prevented, and the wielder becomes staggered until the end of combat. Ugh. Protecting you from 3 attacks would be good. I don't remember what staggered does, but it's probably not good. Minus 20 to weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, and agility. Yikes. Do we try to extinguish the flames? Seems like the flames are what an accidental thing that is keeping the pyramids from repairing properly. Cannot surmount the destructive force of the arc discharge in the lake's center. I'm assuming that arc's discharge is the flames we're talking about. We gotta try all the things. Let's try extinguishing the flames. See what happens. The vessel's cannoneers find the idea of smothering the green flame with the ship's waste rather dubious, but do not dare question the will of the Lord Captain. The dropped cargo dissolves to no effect, barely touching the discharges. Alright, then just attack the pyramids with the void ship's weaponry. The xenostructures do not give under the first salvos, and from the portals, flows of metal begin to fill the damaged parts. The lake slowly shrinks, but the Rogue Traders team quickly understands that it will take several days of bombardment to fully destroy this place. Alright, well, there's something wistful about the sight. An unhealing wound on the body of some mysterious technology. Yeah. Okay. What's going on with this dying star? Judging by the orbital trajectories, this is the parent star of the system. If the luminoreader is right, back in the day it used to be a huge and angry with a bite to it. Not this half-dead firefly. What happened to it? I can't imagine what could have drained the deadly beast like that. The luminoreader swears that the rays of this star would have continued withering all life in the system for millions of years more. It was too young to have faded like this. It's like it was gnawed out. It was attacked. Suddenly and fiercely, a hungry predator bit into its magnetic field and drank as much of its energy as it could. The predator was starving and would have surely devoured the star whole had it had more time. Nomos, where did you get this information from? I thought Nomos was gonna become more important as we got here, and sure enough, Nomos is just suddenly showing up to talk. Hopefully we learn more about him. I do not know, but I can read the traces of what was committed here, as if I have seen it happen 100 times. Have you seen it happen 100 times? A hungry predator drinking magnetic fields? Or biting into the magnetic field and drinking the star's energy? Whatever that exactly means. Well, we're done here. Another tomb to explore. A shuttle of Imperial make is detected among the rocky gorges of the planet, alongside two nearby xeno objects, monolithic structures embedded into the landscape. When scanned, the objects distort the signal, but no signs of enemy activity nor signals from the shuttle are found. Send out servitors to scout, disembark, and examine the shuttle and the xeno structures, or get away from the unknown xeno structures. We'll send out servitors first to scout about. The servitors' signals disappear as soon as they approach the cliffs between which the shuttle was found. Not one of them returns, and no data is received. Alright, then we will disembark and examine the shuttles and the xeno structures. Ignatius von Valencius wishes to personally explore the enigmatic monoliths. The von Valencius shuttle overcomes the turbulent zone with an alarming rumble, after which the connection to the void ship becomes tenuous. Despite a rough landing on rocky terrain, the flight ends successfully. Okay. We'll send the usual team, and I think because we're here for the Inquisition type stuff, we'll keep Heinrichs as our extra 6th member. Abandoned landing site. That looks cool. Okay, let's see what we can find.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Observation report on Henrik Van Kalos. The unit's professional skills make him a suitable candidate for data interrogator server skull conversion. I am proposing.
I will have to decline your generous offer, Magos. I would rather keep serving the Golden Throne with my full complement of limbs.
But after your death, being a servo skull then.
I'll wipe you from the face of the galaxy!
Yeah, so we had some scarabs there. And we are summoning even more Necrons. Just basic Necron warriors. Handful of scarabs. Necron Immortal is a bit scarier. And then 2 more Necron warriors. Teleportation Matrix Beacon. Can we target that? I can't right-click it to get information, but the rest of these are enemies we've seen a few times. So we'll put Cassia, I don't know, back here. We'll start out the same. Irliet, you can be here. We'll just assume that we take them out quickly. And then you'll be in a decent spot of cover. As for our meleeers, might as well have you start in some cover. And Pascal. Yeah, that's explosive cover. Let's not put you there. Just throw you back here, I suppose. Okay, start the battle. Alright. We'll do the usual.
Isn't this a job
Getting
for the
Ignatius. Good to go. This time I will remember to light myself on fire first.
Too easy. Suits my purposes.
Run
Nothing
and
I
gun.
can't do.
Can I target this? I can. I think taking out the teleportation matrix is going to be more important. Though I am worried certain objects in battle that it shows I can target don't actually end up taking damage. We shall see if this is one of them. It was not. It actually took damage. Okay. Let's see if we can get you. I think we'll set the front line on you. Is that the case, or do we want to take you guys down first? Probably Ignatius can take them down. We'll set you as the front line. Might as well set up all of these. Irliet's back here. We'll give ourselves the dodge bonus.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
You go in a useful position where you're hitting lots of them. That's only hitting that guy. Oh, you're hitting me right there. Well, you can hit. Trying to make sure you're not hitting Ignatius. That's... but then you're hitting Abelard. Yeah, no, I don't think the third eye is going to be successful here. Could do Immolate the Soul, which doesn't have a far enough reach, but it would take out this. Or just go for a straight attack on this guy. Can you target, actually? Yes, you can target this.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Maybe that's the call, is we try and get you to take out
If I may.
that. Perfect. No more teleportation beacons. Still haven't gotten quite up to that point that we wanted.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Will not undo me.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
No, so we're gonna have to use this anyway. Inquisitor's Tenant.
I am a navigator.
It's always hopeful that we
not
don't have to.
servitor. In the name of House or Senate,
Alright, Ignatius,
I shall prevail.
what can you do? Yeah, you're gonna have to use Meltas to do enough damage. If you were in a line here, you could Melta both of them. There's no way we can line up that attack, unfortunately. Might as well take you guys out first.
Suits my purposes.
Right. Forgot that they heal themselves when they take too much damage. This is probably enough if we're lucky.
Nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
Not a problem for me. Housing me was your biggest mistake.
Those are both down now. Take you down as well, just to be on the safe side. Then I could still... That's not a place I can stand? Okay, sure. I guess the question is, do I want to get to a point where I can melt a you? Or do I want to get to a point where I can try and hit both of you with a single melta? So that's feeling probably better.
Already done.
Did you just waste actions? Please don't waste actions. Also, steady superiority. Might as well use it while we're still building up more momentum. Please attack them. Thank you.
What's your biggest mistake?
Could melta. Probably enough.
Nothing of value has been lost.
Perfect. Lastly, we have you. I think lighting you on fire is probably good.
Suits my purposes.
Didn't quite get the kill. Shame.
All
Do a run and gun. I can do Inflame, which should probably kill you.
Not a problem. You didn't stand a
Yeah?
chance.
Oh. I assumed you would go into that partially dead state and then I'd have to finish killing you. I guess not. The broken body has been smashed into the ground with such force that there are cracks radiating out from under it. Or xenos. We'll check that out in a moment. You can still recognize the Von Valencia coat of arms and the half-abraded emblem on the side of the shuttle. Parts of the hull and equipment look as if something vaporized the ship's components, one layer after another. We've got an advanced shield for the no one in our party that uses shields. +2 deflection and plus 12% parry. Nice. Fury Incarnate, whenever the wearer is under the effects of Reckless Rush, all wearers' attacks gain 50% critical hit chance, 50% critical damage. All attacks against the wearer gain 50% critical hit chance, and the wearer suffers 50% critical damage. Yikes. You don't really want us taking extra damage. Two-handed bolter. Alright. Each shot with this bolter deals an additional 25 rending damage with 40% armor penetration to all characters adjacent to the target. Huh. I like that. Heavy armor. It's a heavy void suit. 85% armor. 7 deflection. Wearer suffers 30% less damage from area and burst attacks, and it gains plus 20% armor against human enemies. And then a ship's Vox log. The Vox does not produce sound immediately. The officer who made the recording speaks clearly and competently, but also softly, with a barely perceptible vibration in his low, orator-like voice. It seems that the tape is partially damaged. Entry 1. We landed successfully, but were unable to report to our lady ship. The communication channel was filled with interference. The navigation system has been affected as well, so we will not be able to take off anytime soon, let alone return to the ship. Sergeant Damani is looking for the source of the interference. The only thing left to do is keep a log. I like all the things in this game. It's universal to give Cassia Grand Strategist to Lidless first turn. Yeah, she's really good. Fun fact, first time I used that bolter, I obliterated like half your party. Okay. I will have to look at it again to see what it's doing. Entry 5. Thanks to the information we received earlier, we managed to partially decipher some of the inscriptions on the obelisks. Only the general meaning is clear. The creatures buried here are extremely hostile. We have not been able to identify the source of the interference affecting our communications and navigation. Lady Theodora made it clear that this expedition is extremely important, so we will continue to explore the exploration regardless of obstacles. Whoever finds this Vox log must give it to her ladyship personally, and no one else. Entry 18. One of the structures being inspected incinerated Corporal Monroe. We buried him with as much dignity as was possible. I can't read today. In the barren rocks. His sacrifice need not be in vain. We will be more careful next time, and will not embarrass her ladyship. Entry 19. The explosion of the Xeno artifact damaged the engine, the fuel compartments, and the cargo hold where we were keeping supplies. It is unlikely that we will return to Lady Theodora's flagship, but we have almost completed our task and are about to enter the buildings. What matters is the preservation of the data we have obtained. There were no dead people behind the monoliths. The creatures attacked us as soon as we managed to activate the gate mechanism in one of their buildings. Their weapons destroy flesh and plasteel with equal ease, and their bodies recovered from any wounds. The words are interrupted by a bang and a yell. I will keep recording until my final breath, and I hope it benefits the House of Von Valentius. The weapons of the Xenos burned with green fire and hurled bolts of lightning. The energy charges burst from their blades. Damani has fallen to the ground and cannot get back up. Her body is breaking. The rocks beneath it are about to crack. Tell Dahlia that her father gave his life for the good of the Von Valentius dynasty. She may be proud of... Okay. So you said this bolter obliterated half your party. Oh, were you shooting at an enemy that had your party around them? I could see that. Because it's doing damage and armor penetration to characters around the target. Makes sense. Okay, I think only one thing left to do here is this Lord Xenos test.
Operation.
Drawing upon your patchy knowledge of the Xenos, you guessed that these monoliths were once part of a mighty transport ship capable of terraforming into ground-based structures. Okay. Guess that's that.
Tolerate weakness.
Didn't realize it's all characters, not just enemies. Makes sense. Yeah, this game is not friendly fire friendly. Well, let's carefully maneuver around this combat zone and try and get to the dead stars and see what we can determine. Or not. No, maybe this is the stars. Those things, I've never seen anything like them before, but the panel of the ship's tech priest lumino readers says that they are star corpses. Not just corpses, they call them stellicide victims. What do the lumino readers mean? Don't you think we are observing far too many stars here? Yeah. As curious as this may be, we still have a job to do. What did the lumino readers mean? Who knows with those star sages? Apparently when a star dies a natural death, it's different. These look like they were murdered and plundered. All their energy was siphoned, like when a spider sucks the innards out of a fly. And witnessing these husks, if you don't mind me saying, scared the lumino readers so much that they wet their metal trousers. Don't you think that we are observing far too many stars here? I agree, Lord Captain. The stellar trajectories also suggest that most of these stars didn't used to be here. Someone was hoarding them in this system, and I wouldn't like to have been here at the time. The gravitational currents would have been pure chaos. Who could have pulled off something like that? Was the Drukhari dragging stars around like they are their property and is quite the character of those damn Xenos. We do know specifically one Drukhari was hoarding stars for some purpose, but I'm guessing not. Everything here is Necron. I would be shocked if it's not Necrons that were doing it. As curious as all this may be, we still have a job to do. Okay. All we can do is go into combat and then visit the tomb world. Let's head into the combat first. Lord Captain, the Xeno Squadron is on intercept course. It's the same abominations as before. What's got them so riled up? All decks prepare for battle or turn back and retreat at full engine speed. What's got them so riled up? I think they are guards. The ships took off from the surface of the planetoid as soon as we bathed it with the eyes of our augurs. I'm not an expert on Xenos minds, but I know my void maneuvers, and I can tell you this, they are angry, and they are approaching on a direct and unambiguously aggressive trajectory. Alright, all decks prepare for battle. Orders received, Lord Captain. Glory to House von Valencius. Okay, so we've got 2 small ships and 2 larger ships, Shroud class on both of them. You have the Necron Lord aboard, so we'll probably want to take out the others first. If I went, say, here, could I hit? Yes. Going here, I could use all of my weapons, so I might as well. I'm gonna be targeting a bunch of separate ships though, which is less ideal than just focusing down on a single ship. But it's probably fine.
Lay in the course.
Oh right, I didn't refill my positions that were empty for reasons I don't understand.
Fire the last battery.
Yeah, because they're just going to heal up on their turn, which isn't amazing. Who do I want to focus on making them burn? Probably you, because you're the weakest. So it'll get closest to actually killing you. Although there's something to be said for taking out the big scarier ships, at least getting them lots of ongoing burning damage. Since we're not going to actually kill any of them this turn. Oh no, we'll go here. Left you at 4. If I'm lucky, my Wrath Starfighters will be able to actually finish you off.
Annihilate!
I guess we're forced to move forward one more square. I could also do a warp wave, which would finish you off. Though I could do the same to any of them. But since I'm trying to guarantee you taking enough damage to not heal, maybe we'll warp wave on you, which is overkill, and I will accept that. I could also use this, which I never use. Because I'm always saving it in case I need it later. But this is quite possibly our last space battle of the game. So why not? That did not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. Like, that was actually a pathetic amount of damage. Alright. Well, you are now taking damage each turn. Doesn't even show that you'll do any damage to that ship. Might as well shoot here. Go here. Hopefully that'll prevent them from doing anything particularly effective on their turn. Yeah, so you're dead next turn, which is great. I'm super facing the wrong direction. Yeah, I've never paid attention to this number in the past. I'm wondering, is that the number of enemy ships? It's something I should have learned before I got to the end of the game. Wow, you are gonna die. Okay, could do the swing run. That gets me here facing this way. Probably smarter to instead do the new heading, but I'm gonna have to fly through this. Once per round, each vessel in the asteroid field suffers hull damage. It does immediately detonate. Attack craft deal more damage in an asteroid field. Okay. We'll do a new heading. Probably still not going to put me where I need to be, but at least I'll be facing them. Now I can still take some shots.
Bleed them!
Some good shots there. Oh, you are no longer on fire. That is unfortunate. Could do shallow jump, which would get me close enough to melt a bomb. Or I could warp wave. And then arc augury to get the range to melt a bomb. Let's do that. Warp wave you. See if we can break you. We did. Perfect. Then arc augury to get longer range here. And light you on fire. Perfect. And then can't do anything with my side guns, of course.
Torpedoes!
And I do have the range to use this. But it's just to attack you, which doesn't actually help me at all. So I can't quite hit you. So do I care to? I think you'll die automatically on your own, right? How much damage do you take? 25% of maximum hull. Your maximum hull is 200, so you're going to take 50 damage at the start of your turn. Yeah, there's no point. We'll just end turn here. You can go here and shoot him. For little bits of damage. Yep, you're healing up. Necrons are cool though. I was thinking that we wouldn't really have much interactions with Necrons in this game when I found out that the next DLC coming out is Necron focused. I assume that's where all the Necrons would be, so it's weird to me that this last chunk, kind of out of nowhere, is just all Necron based. Ouch, you are wrecking my front shield. Doing actual damage to my ship. Okay. You're dying. So I'll ignore you for now. If I went forward a little bit, I could catch you with this gun.
Fire the lance batteries.
A little bit farther. Allow me to shoot this gun.
Leave their hull strewn across the stars.
Okay. And this gun, actually.
Fire right now!
Perfect. I should be able to get all of those guns back because they were fired in the acceleration phase. I'll get them back when I get to the end phase. Does that help me at all? Now that I'm thinking about it. And the answer is probably not.
Onward! Macro cannon, volley!
Yeah, because I can't use this until I get to end phase. If I was here... Okay, that would allow me to reuse that gun effectively. If I was here, same. Okay. I would get to make use of several of my guns. That's good enough for me. And they're all breaking apart at this point. Right? Yeah. So let's restore our weapons. I guess just... You are not a macro cannon. Yeah, you are. So why didn't that one recharge? Right, that one wasn't used during my acceleration phase. It was just these two. So really, it's just this that I got back.
Fire right now!
I should really pay better attention to things. I can do a warp wave. Which would hopefully get you far enough down that you're not going to actually get a turn. Yeah, there we go. And I can still do this. Well, you definitely didn't get a turn.
Unleash out!
And I think that's the best I can do. We'll send you here and shoot. Since being directly in front of enemy ships sort of stops them from being able to act. Oh, I guess I wasn't directly in front of the ship. Go there. Same reasoning. It's dumb logic that I'm way over abusing. Yeah, so it's enemy turns soon. You'll get a turn. Or you'll probably kill this guy. Somehow, no? Yeah. Oh, you actually got a shot off for something? You shot... Oh! No, it sent over the command. Okay. That makes sense. Because you're basically dead, so the leader jumped over there. That's what was happening. Yeah.
Macro cannon, volley!
Yep. Yeah, and we're not going to be able to get any sort of position to actually be effective here.
Set the
So
course.
just go there. You'll be dead soon. Are you... Yeah, you're still falling apart.
Annihilate!
I guess I could shallow jump. Might as well. Does that help me in any manner? No, you're still just barely outside of range. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do to do more damage this turn. And I should have then summoned it after the short jump. It's fine. The fight's already over. They're just dragging it out. Again, just barely outside the range of my weapons. But if they aim at me, particularly the front of my ship where I'm damaged... Nope. They aimed at the side, so my shields took it. Yeah, and they're just automatically dead because they're going to take 50 damage at the start of their turn. So we don't even have to do anything, technically. I'm going to, of course. Assuming there's anything I can do. I guess not really. I could strafe. If I strafe to here, then you are within range of my guns. Perfect.
Fit for the font for Lancia Saddle.
Okay, another level up. Let's upgrade our ship. We should be basically fully leveled on our ship. I think we might have another level or two. Yeah. Better RAM. Tempting. Repairing for cheaper doesn't matter. We have infinite scrap. Most damaged sector of the flagship shields restores. It's not bad. Allows both abilities to be used by one post. I never use torpedoes. So I guess rugged ram and repairing our shields. No. We don't use the ram enough. We'll go with repairing shields and focused effort. Yeah. And let's go back to our posts. Why do I not have a master cannoneer? Irliet and Cabela are tied. She's already here. Although technically it looks like Adira and Cassia would be better. Supreme Commander is probably going to be Cassia. Yeah. So I could put Adira here. She already has Arc Augury. No. Irlia has Arc Augury. Adira would have to get it upgraded again. I'm saying this after I've already said that there's probably not going to be any more battles. We'll leave you there. It's already leveled up. We'll put Cabela as the Master Cannoneer, which is sort of weird because it sounds like a gun person and she's a sword person, but it's fine. And then Master of Maneuvers should be Abelard, I think. Actually, either one of you would be fine. You're technically slightly better. If we go back to here, we'll do a quick repair. Wait, we had taken a ton of damage. Why are we down just by 1 now? Well, repair it, I suppose. And we'll upgrade our RAM another step. Not quite leveled up to max. We're not going to get the 800 scrap we need to fully level it up. Shame.